arriving at the offices of the EA. The White House also sharing this video with the caption, "Herp Walk," as Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The former president appearing making a peace sign moments before he was transported to the Metropolitan Detention Center, where he's being held. Today, dozens of anti-war protesters were outside as Maduro sits behind bars at the same federal jail that has also held other high-profile inmates, including Sean Diddy Combs, Ghislaine Maxwell, and R. Kelly, as well as Luigi Mangione, who is still in custody there. All of this coming after that stunning operation to capture Maduro early Saturday morning with 150 aircraft launched from 20 bases. Tonight, President Trump with a new threat to Venezuela's vice president and de facto leader, Delcy Rodriguez. In a phone interview with The Atlantic, President Trump said if she doesn't do what's right, she's going to pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro. Rodriguez was sworn in as president on Saturday. She's a Maduro loyalist serving as his vice president since 2018. President Trump said this about her yesterday.
She had a long conversation with Marco and she said, "We'll do whatever you need."
But on state television, Rodriguez called for the immediate release of Maduro and his wife, calling him, quote, the only president of Venezuela.
Por el presidente Maduro, único presidente de Venezuela.
Saying we will never again be a colony to any empire. Her war of words with the U.S. adding to the questions about who will lead the South American country.
We're going to run the country.
Today, meet the press moderator, Kristen Wells, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, about the president's statement.
Who are those people who will be running the country specifically?
Well, it's not running, it's running policy. The policy with regards to this, we want Venezuela to move in a certain direction because not only do we think it's good for the people of Venezuela, it's in our national interest.
Republican Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart represents a district in southern Florida with many Venezuelan immigrants. He wants to see the opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, take over the country. Would Maria Corina Machado be a good leader of Venezuela?
I think she's one of the most impressive leaders that I've ever met. She has dedicated her life for the cause of freedom. She's been fighting that regime, and she has wide popular support within Venezuela.
He tells me he believes this could be a turning point.
The rest of the cartel knows that either they start behaving, they start not repressing the people of Venezuela, sending drugs to the United States, bringing in all of our enemies into the region. If they don't stop that, their future could be the same one that Maduro's facing.
On the ground in Venezuela's capital, armed pro-government civilians patrolled outside supermarkets.
No more war in Florida and Minor.
While back here in the U.S. this weekend, there were protesters from San Diego to Washington, D.C. protesting against that military action.
Trump gonna get us hurt.
And as the debate over the strikes heats up, we're learning more tonight about how the CIA spent months preparing for that secret mission to capture Maduro. As Venezuelan soldiers injured in the attack speak from the hospital,
Somebody gonna wind up doing something
the Pentagon
stupid.
for us and has the new details.
Tonight, new details on how the intensely coordinated raid in Venezuela came together. A secretive CIA team operating in the country since August, working with a human source inside Maduro's inner circle, according to a source with knowledge of the matter. The team working for months with stealth drones to build a picture of Maduro's everyday life, while the military used the intelligence to build an exact replica of Maduro's safe house to train on. The Secretary of State Marco Rubio today calling it unfriendly territory which required the U.S. military to be involved and saying this was a targeted mission.
The Department of War went in, they hit anything that was a threat to the agents that were going in to arrest them, and they hit anything that was a threat on the way out.
Dramatic new images show the scale of the damage inflicted by U.S. military strikes.
As the force began to approach Caracas, the Joint Air Component began dismantling and disabling the air defense systems in
whistle, and then suddenly I couldn't hear anything.
That's a damn shame. He gonna get us
Another
hurt,
saying,
boy.
they attacked us when they wanted to land in our unit.
Right.
We weren't going to allow it. The mission leaving several U.S. troops injured, U.S. officials saying they're in stable condition.
And with that, Courtney Cuby joins us tonight. Courtney, we're learning more about what will happen with the
Ain't
massive
Trump
U.S.
ain't
military
gonna,
presence.
he gonna get
now
us
in the
hurt,
Caribbean.
something gonna happen.
Yeah, that's right,
Watch.
Tom. There's no plans for the U.S.
And
military
then
to
when
draw
something
down.
happens,
Secretary of State
then
Marco
he
Rubio
gonna wise
is
up
driving the
then.
force as
It's
part of the
crazy. They
leverage
do
we have
take
in the
him to
region. And remember, the Pentagon says they're still going to keep striking those alleged drug boats too. Tom?
Courtney Cuby with some new reporting tonight. Courtney, thank you. Our Gabe Gutierrez is in Colombia tonight, and he and his team have made it to the border with Venezuela. There they found families fleeing the country and its uncertain future.
Tonight, at the Venezuelan border, confusion and heartbreak. This family with an emotional goodbye. He's a Venezuelan crossing into neighboring Colombia. Perhaps his brother telling us they've been through a lot. But I can't speak freely, he says, because we still live in Venezuela. We're just interested in a better future. Venezuela is right over
Trump
there,
gonna
just
get
on the
us
other side of this border
Americans
crossing
hurt.
behind me. Thousands of Venezuelans cross over here to the Colombian side each
They
day.
wanted
Some
him
to
in the seat.
work, others to visit family members.
They wanted
But
the
looming over
felon
the
in
city
the
now
seat.
is a profound
So
sense of uncertainty,
they got him.
as well as its tanks.
He ain't gonna
Security is
stop
ramping
until
up here in
somebody
Cuba,
do
a
something.
drug
Watch.
trafficking organization known as the
And a
ELN
lot of people gonna
controls
get hurt
much of
from
this
his
border
behalf.
and has repeatedly denounced what it calls U.S. imperialism. The group is in the indictment against Nicolas Maduro, which accuses him of being a partner